Hi, I'm Mike Thompson. Alex and I were discussing machines the other day, and we got on the topic of simple machines, what they are, and how they, create other machines. We ended up at Wikipedia, which is a site I trust for most things. And Wikipedia, I was surprised to find, had 6 simple machines listed. Now I thought about this, and I only remember learning 4 some time ago. So I thought, well shoot, in the last 3 decades or so, I don't think new types of machines have been invented. So something must be a little bit fishy here. Wikipedia had these machines listed. They had the lever, the wheel and axle, the pulley, the inclined plane, the wedge, and the screw. And like I said, I found this hard to believe. I know we humans are always relabeling things and chopping things up and putting them into new bins and stuff, but 6? I thought this seems a little bit excessive. So, yeah, the lever. I'll give you that one. You get levers, first, second, and third class. There's the wheel and axle. But you know what? If they're simple machines, hadn't we ought to use simple words as well? Wheel and axle. You can't have a wheel without an axle. You can have an axle with no wheel. You drive down any highway in the country and look off to the side of the road and you see axles with no wheels. But you certainly can't have a wheel without an axle. Otherwise you just have a circle. So if we're going to make simple machines, let's use simple words. And let's call this a wheel. Because wheel kind of implies axle. Like I said, there's no wheel unless you have an axle. The pulley. What is this thing right here? What is this? Yeah, this is a wheel and axle that is used in a slightly different way with either a rope, a cable, or a chain. But this thing right here is a wheel and axle. So a pulley, is not a simple machine because it's composed of a wheel and axle. If you have to use another simple machine to define a simple machine, by definition, it's not simple anymore. So let's go here, the inclined plane. Like a ramp or something that when you use this, you reduce the amount of effort required to go this way because it's inclined. But like I said, let's stick with simple words, guys. An inclined plane, well, we're not talking about troughs or any other shapes. Of course, we're talking about flat objects. So let's scratch the word plane and let's get rid of that D right there. Let's just call that an incline. Enough said, right? That's about as simple as you can go. You couldn't call it a cline or an in. That doesn't make any sense. So an incline. Then they list the wedge as number 5. This looks familiar, doesn't it? I know I've seen this somewhere. Where have we seen this shape before? Exactly, right here. This is basically this used in a different way. In fact, you could look at this and say, well, shoot, Mike, that's 2 of those stuck together back to back. Exactly. It is 2 of these stuck together back to back. Or you can actually use this shape as one of these. If you could even just modify it and cut it right there, and then you have exactly this. So a wedge, is not a simple machine. It's another incline, used in a different way. Therefore, not simple. And you have the screw. A screw is an incline wrapped helically around an axis. Have you ever been an incline wrapped helically around an axis? I have, and it's no fun. But yet again, this is an incline that is wrapped around an axis. I had to say that word over here to help define this. Therefore, a screw, not a simple machine. It's just an adaptation of this. And so, we don't have 6 simple machines. We've got 3 simple machines. And I want this to catch on. I don't know why it hasn't already. Do you know why I know that we only have 3 simple machines? Well, it's simple. Anything that matters in the universe comes in 3s, doesn't it? Yeah, it does if you think about it. You got the Holy Trinity. You've got the primary colors of light and paint. You've got 3 Stooges. You've got little pigs, French hens, blind mice. You've got the triangle, 3-sided shape that's the strongest without being curved. Everything that matters appears to come in 3s. And yet, somehow now, we've got beyond the proton, neutron, and electron as our elementary particles, and now we've got 6 flavors of quarks. How can that be? A 6? No. Vanilla is the best one, but still, we can't have 6 elementary of anything. Beer is about the only good thing that comes in 6s, and so I challenge you physicists to dig a little bit deeper until you're left with either 3 or 1 particle, because I just bet that it's not 6. We don't have 6 elementary particles that make stuff up. So dig a little bit deeper and see if you can find 3 or 1, perhaps. I hope this catches on, because simple means exactly that. No one's hiring over-engineers, so don't bother applying. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm Mike Thompson, and thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.